better or your money back guaranteed.
In the Impact segment tonight, the mainstream media versus Pope Benedict. As the Pope kicked off a week-long visit to Africa, he made some controversial comments about condoms and AIDS, saying, quote, "You can't resolve the AIDS epidemic with the distribution of condoms. On the contrary, it increases the problem." Well, all heck broke loose, and both the New York Times and Washington Post attacked those comments in editorials, and France and Germany and the UN condemned them as well. With us now, Raymond Arroyo, the host of The World Over Live on the Eternal World Television Network, and executive director of The Truth Wins Out, Wayne Besen. Wayne and Raymond, great to see both of you. Wayne, what's your reaction to the Pope's comments that HIV is a tragedy, he said, that cannot be overcome by money alone or the distribution of condoms?
Well, the Pope's got a huge credibility problem. I mean, it's not rocket science that condoms stop HIV, just sound science. 22 million people in Africa have HIV. The problem can be stopped or at least limited with condoms. And to say otherwise is reckless, it's irresponsible, and quite frankly, it's unconscionable. I don't know how the Pope could do that and certainly call himself pro-life.
Come on, Wayne. Look, the Pope, what did you want him to do? Hand out IUDs and condoms from the Pope Mobile? That's not what happens. He's a moral leader. He was laying out a moral ideal for people living a healthy lifestyle. As you said, 22 million people in Africa suffer with HIV. But condoms are not going to get us to a place where this disease is going to stop. It hasn't stopped it so far. Edward Green, who runs this incredible research project at Harvard, an AIDS research program, has shown that the countries where condoms are more available, the HIV rate is actually going up. Botswana, Zimbabwe, South Africa, every one of those countries. You can get condoms galore, and the HIV rate is through the roof. There's but one country where it's going down, and that's in Uganda, where an abstinence program is being advocated. So the Pope's policies actually can be supported statistically.
Wayne, what is the statistics, help me out, on the use of condoms? If you regularly use condoms and you use them the correct way, is it 80% rate? That's a Planned Parenthood, I think, statistics. 80% prevention rate.
I heard it's 90%, and it's actually higher if you actually use them correctly. There is no place in the world where there is there is an AIDS outbreak that condoms are used. There's no place where people are regularly using them. It's unprotected sex. What you're suggesting is reckless and irresponsible as well. It's going to hurt more people.
No, wait.
I'll tell you what, the Pope is laying out
a message of truth and something that is verifiable.
Why would the United Nations AIDS program say that condoms are the most reliable technology
to protect the government infusion of money to go to these condom programs that have demonstratively not worked in Africa?
They have demonstrably worked. That's not true.
Go tell that to Uganda. The only place it's going down is Uganda. I've spoken to doctors on the ground.
What you're saying is not true. Every respected medical and mental health organization in the world disagrees.
Okay, this is going to be a tough question for both of you, I guess. Would you have sex with somebody who was infected with the HIV virus if the only thing between you and that person was a condom, yes or no?
Probably would.
You would. So if that statistic is right, if that Planned Parenthood statistic, I believe it's Planned Parenthood, it's not a right-wing group statistic. It's 80% is basically you protect yourself 80% of the time.
You know what? In fact,
that's kind of spinning the roulette wheel, is it not?
Well, you know what? I don't think it's optimal.
No?
But I have to say this.
Is it optimal or is it not?
I can say this from a fact. I have actually been with people before, a couple of people, who later were HIV positive. And thank God I got an education to learn how to use a condom. Just to save my life.
But it's
and
not
I think millions of other, you know what, it's not.
But you know what? In Africa, you have encouraging irresponsible behavior by the distribution of these condoms, and we see the disease proliferating.
But Raymond,
all the Pope is saying is this is the ideal way in which to live, and that is live a monogamous lifestyle within the bonds of marriage. You can have sex and have a chaste life before that. Will that lead to AIDS? That's my question to you.
If the Pope could magically blink like a genie and every condom disappeared in the continent of Africa, would AIDS increase or decrease?
If proper abstinence could be taught, if people could learn that there's a better way than just having a moral license and destroying your life, I think it would go down.
As it has in Uganda.
How many deaths are you willing to put up with to protect this dog?
Well,
How many deaths are you willing to have to protect your dog?
I mean, one thing, and I think you said this, Wayne, is that it is not 100% reliable. And we know, and let's take it away from you, but let's talk about kids, like 16, 15-year-olds, and in disadvantaged areas. When the studies have been done, I think, on disadvantaged areas and kids in poor neighborhoods, Where education, it's not, that's the number is even worse for them as far as infection rates. So the Pope knew he was going to cause a little bit of controversy here, Raymond, did he not? I mean, he tried to make he really put himself out
Laura,
there.
what a lot of people don't realize, the church has more AIDS centers around the world and care for more AIDS patients than anyone in the world. The Pope
This
is speaking
to be
from
continued.
experience.
We're out of time. Unfortunately, guys, we got to hold it there. Gentlemen, we appreciate it. We'll have you back directly ahead. Dr. Drew Pinsky will be here with his theory on why some celebs and politicians behave really badly. Here's a hint. Their superiority complex is in play. We'll be right back.
We introduced Hyundai Assurance to let people know we're all in this together, which is why for a limited time, we're now offering Hyundai Assurance Plus. If you lose your income, you can hold on to your car and